gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls. Our mouths are our guns and we here and fighting cause it has to be done. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls. Our mouths are our guns and we here and fighting cause it has to be done. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls. Our mouths are our guns and we here and fighting cause it has to be done. We're Cardi-Girls. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls. We're singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls. Our mouths are our guns and we here and fighting cause it has to be done. The Cardi-Girls. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls. We're singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls. Our mouths are our guns and we here and fighting cause it has to be done. We're gonna say what we want. The Cardi-Girls singing from the front. The Cardi-Girls. Our mouths are our guns and we here and fighting cause it has to be done. Because it has to be done.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Oh, that was
How
good
are you?
timing. The rain just
Yeah,
stopped to hear. A minute ago, I wouldn't have been able to hear you. The hail on my roof was so heavy. It's like
I know,
golf balls.
you said that before. We might get it here because it was mild this morning, then it got really, really cold, and then now it's clear and you can see Mount Buffalo in the background. Once the sun's going down, you can see a big cloud
Yeah.
over it. So we look right at Mount Buffalo. So
How lovely.
it is. It'd be nice when they open it again. It's still closed. So I think Desi's up
It's because
there, but
closed
I don't
because
think
of
he is. It's taken him 5 weeks of Desi Freeman. It's been 5 weeks now, and I'm pretty sure if they haven't found him now, he's either gone or he's not there or something. I don't know.
and
Or they
it's
haven't been looking in the right
right.
place.
When you say it's closed, so close to people who go hiking and all that sort of thing up there, or
Yeah, it can't go up there. It's been closed for 5 weeks. Yeah, it can't go up there. They only just opened the airport a couple of days ago, so the airport had been closed for 5 weeks as well. So
do tourist operators get any compensation for that? Or
probably not. I think people just accept it, Like, it's really strange because up until then, because of where I sit and we look over the airport, we can see the airport, we see the air ambulance coming in, but I haven't seen an air ambulance come in for 5 weeks. So they must be landing somewhere else. Somebody said they land on the footy ground in town or something, but they've got a big helipad out at the airstrip that they usually use. So, yeah, interesting. So anyway, we just hope it opens soon because that's our spiritual home, that mountain. Many people go up there and gather water coming out of the mountain.
I mean, if they let people up there, maybe one of them might find him.
I think it's one of the most, it's really visible. It's a beautiful mountain. Yeah, it's so pretty. There's so many nice things up there, waterfalls, and it's really underrated. A lot of people aren't aware of it, but it's not as big as some national parks, but it is really beautiful.
Put that on my list.
How's your eye?
Oh,
Yeah, put that on your list.
Yeah, my eye. Yeah, so not last Friday, the Friday before, I managed to trip over the leg of a chair on our veranda and face planted face first into the concrete, and I've broken the orbital floor underneath my eye, and the nerve that runs down there has been smushed. Broke my glasses, caused myself to have concussion for a week. Honestly, concussion's not for the faint-hearted, is it? I don't know how footballers and honestly,
no.
I was absolutely rat shit. I'd get up in the morning, and by 12 o'clock I'd have to go and have a good 3 hours sleep. I was just, honestly, it was just bizarre.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yes,
getting
I
better. That's the main thing.
don't recommend falling over as an older person, or don't recommend falling over to anybody, but as an older
No, not a good idea to fall over. Better than having a fall.
No, it was not a fall. It was not a fall. I definitely tripped over the leg of my chair. I was rage cleaning a cupboard on the veranda. I was feeling very anxious, and so I have a bit of a poke around in there, and the next minute I was on the ground.
That's right. All right. Well, lots of things have been happening, haven't they? I wonder how we're going with our guest tonight.
Yeah, I wonder how we're going with our guest. We're just waiting for him to log in. Oh, this looks promising. There we are.
Hello.
We have a guest. Excellent.
That.
Hi. Thanks.
It worked.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back again.
No. Thanks for having me back on. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Well, you tell us, so we don't want to keep you too long.
Good.
Let's tell us about what you've been up to with the Information Project.
Well, the Information Rights Project. So we launched the Information Rights Project probably, I think, 3 months ago. It's an ACNC registered charity. I think I came and talked to you about it, Kay, when we first launched. And really, what the grand plan is to get more people out of jail, people who've been put in jail for blowing the whistle or bringing us the truth, is getting them out of jail, just like we did for Julian, and bringing all the people who fought for Julian, like you guys, bringing them all together again to help these other people who are been locked up, like David McBride, the Afghanistan war whistleblower, who's been held in a prison in Canberra. He got 5 years. He got a 5-year sentence for bringing us the truth about what was happening in Afghanistan. So it's really about letting those people know, letting those courageous whistleblowers or journalists who are thinking about telling the truth, that there is an organization out there that is not scared, that is not afraid, to back them up. And we can do the things we can do with our organization a little bit different than others. Like, we can support them financially, support their families, as well as advocacy in Parliament. And we actually had a trip to Parliament, to the federal Parliament a couple of weeks ago, and we sort of, I called it getting the band back together. All the parliamentarians who were helping free Julian, just going around and seeing them, and it's on all sides of politics, right? So it's about getting all those politicians together. From, we saw a couple of Labor politicians, we saw a couple of Greens, we saw a couple from the Nationals, some Libs, and Independents, and getting them all back together to really back these issues that affect us all. It's not a left or right or any sort of political persuasion. These are all issues that affect everybody.
It's a humanity thing, isn't it? Really, it's a humanity thing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so, and that's why they all came to help Julian, and we want to bring them all back together and say, hey, look, the work's not finished. Even though Julian's free, this is a fight that continues on, and it'll continue on, for as long as time, unfortunately. But it's something that we have to keep doing to keep our system healthy and keep the crimes being exposed, the corruption being exposed, and letting those courageous people know that there's an organisation out there that has their back. And we're actually having an event. We're holding an event on the 14th of October at the Wheeler Centre, and it's really to discuss the future.
Sorry, I missed that.
It's
the Wheeler.
Sorry,
the Wheeler Centre in Melbourne.
You say that? Excuse me, thank you.
Yeah,
so it might be my internet.
No, it's all good. Yeah, it's on the 14th of October at the Wheeler Centre. It starts at 6 p.m. and it's to really discuss the future of press freedom. We've got these experts. This is our first event as an organisation. And we've assembled these experts in their fields, like Andrew Wilkie, who was an Iraq War whistleblower, Greg Barnes, who's a legal mind, who was one of the advisors behind the campaign to free Julian, and bringing those guys together to really look at what the future of press freedom and freedom of expression looks like in this country, and what a pathway is going forward, how we can fight for that. So it's an exciting event, and getting these experts together, I think it's something unique that we can do as an organization. So I encourage everybody out there, if they want to come down, they can get a ticket on our website, which is informationrights.org. And if you go to the action section, you'll find our events page, so people can go there and grab a ticket and come down.
And also too, I think it's so important now with them with the censorship that's happening everywhere. I see George Galloway in England got caught, pulled up at the airport coming back from somewhere. You know, it's just the censorship all over the world. They're really coming down hard, so the people have to push back.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and it's getting these people together, and all these people who, like George Galloway was an amazing voice for Julian as well. While he was in prison, he was, a very strong voice. So it's this network, it's this incredible network that's spread all over the world, and keeping them motivated, keeping them up to date about like where we're going to go next, like what we're going to do, and how we're going to push back against these forces that are trying to really clamp down. And I think it's going to get worse and worse, particularly. I think what we're seeing now is a sort of consolidation of media that like we've never seen before, particularly with AI companies. You've got all the largest AI companies. They're going to be essentially the centralized censors of the future. Search and internet communication will more and more drift into this AI world, and these AI companies are vast behemoths that are corporate. They're not transparent. They're even worse than the legacy media, believe it or not.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and so there's a very frightening future out there, and so we have to keep these networks alive and keep talking about what the plan is, how we're going to fight back, and that's why we're having this event to get people together.
So 14th of October, then I'm in Sydney.
Yeah, that's right.
That's great, because the more people we can get, perhaps you better put an ad in the mainstream media. Put an ad in mainstream media newspapers.
Well, we're running some ads
across the bottom.
Yeah, we're running some ads on social media. So we, as an organisation, we've sort of like found out what ads we can run and what we can't, and so we always are trying to get people's stories out and using social media and advertising on social media to do that. So like for David McBride, for instance, we're running social media ads for his campaign, and that's a big education piece for him, getting eyeballs on his case that wouldn't have been there before. And we use that really effectively in the fight to free Julian. We use these social media ads in the fight to free him. And so finding ways to get through and get these ads on, it's not easy, but it can be done. And we've managed to do it with this organisation. We're also supporting Mary Kostakidis, who's been, so she's been, she's amazing. And she's been attacked by the Zionist Federation for just reposting 2 tweets. So she reposted 2 tweets. They weren't even original tweets of her own. And the Zionist, the head of the Zionist Federation actually is taking her to court, trying to silence her under 18C, saying it's racial discrimination what she's done, which is totally obscene. But we're supporting her in her fight, but we can't run social media ads for her, unfortunately, because the platforms won't let us. So we have to find other ways to communicate to people about what's going on in her case. So they're 2 very important cases. We're also running a campaign to have Julian nominated or at least shortlisted for Australian of the Year, which I think everyone, everybody wants to see happen. I mean, it'd be amazing if he won Australian of the Year. I think he should. He definitely deserves it.
He should.
He definitely deserves it. He's a very prominent Australian, and he should be recognised as such. But we're running a very big campaign on that, and that will be, I think, a way to talk about Julian and keep his legacy up in the press and in the front of people's minds.
Yes, because as soon as people forget, then it all starts happening all over again, doesn't it? And people forget so quickly. And there'd be so many people who wouldn't have ever heard of David McBride, I imagine.
Yeah, you just have to keep reinforcing,
reinforcing
because we know a lot of people. You know, I said to someone the other day about Julian, and then, you know what? They said, "Oh, we've never heard of him." I'm thinking, where have you been? He was a younger person.
I met a young guy who'd never heard of him as well. I nearly died. Yeah.
No, me too. Yeah. And yet I had some school kids when we were doing our little demo, Free Julian, in our piazza in town. I had some kids from year 10 came up and said, "Oh, what's this about?" So I gave them, there were about 4 of them, I gave them a whole talk about it. And they were so interested.
That's good. There's a
generation. I'd love to know, I haven't seen them again, I don't know who they were, the kids from the school. The school, we've got to get into the school. So
you know how they've got Generation X, Y, Z and all that sort of thing. Sorry, I should have held up my spoon. There's a generation that might be the one after our generation, Kay, that literally have their heads stuck up their backsides and don't.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's not my generation, is it? Probably my generation.
No, I think that.
No, it's our generation. We're way older than you.
I'm in their mid-30s now-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Because my son's 31.
So probably Gen Z maybe, or millennials maybe?
Millennials, yeah. Yeah.
Are they Z/Y now, or Y/K, or?
Oh, no, it was something. I forget what it is, but my granddaughters are both in this new generation.
To a lot of younger people, and I reckon they're awake. That might be because of where we live.
I said there's that small window.
Yeah, it depends where they've come from, what their parents do, what job they have. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, you've just got to break it into
them where they are. Like I think we do a lot of stuff on TikTok. Like our organisation does a lot of stuff on TikTok, and our videos do so well on TikTok because and we're just we're just reposting old videos of Julian and trying to get his message out, about how the media lies to people and the conspiracies that exist that promote war and all these different things and all these messages. They all resonate with these people, but you have to just get to them where they are on their own platforms and clip them up in a format that they're used to consuming, or they're used to digesting these small clips that can give them information in a very small, timely, bite-sized chunk. But we find that we get some really great responses on those platforms from those, I guess Gen Zs you would call them, or Gen Zs and millennials. Our organisation has, in terms of, we have a really large TikTok following. If you compare us to, Amnesty, we've got more TikTok followers than Amnesty International, right? Which is this huge global organisation.
Oh, that's amazing.
The Information Rights Project, this little Australian organisation, has more TikTok followers than them, just because we know that that's where people are, and we need to get to them with these really important messages. So I think it's about finding out where these audience are, where they're getting their information, and then going there and taking it to them, and it can be done.
So when you talk
those
about
little snippets of Julian are fantastic, when he speaks. Sorry. No.
There's a delay between you and I tonight, Kay. That's what's going wrong. I think it's probably my end.
Yeah. Well, Robin just said she had a problem with her show before because she was talking about whistleblowers.
Oh, right. Funny that. Well, can I ask a question and then I'll keep quiet again? Sure. I was just going to say, when you talk about your organisation, Gabriel, how many of you are there involved? Like, what's this? Are there?
We've got a board. So there's a board of directors. There's three directors, and then there's about 3 or 4 people who are working for the organisation.
Okay.
So it's a fair size for a non-for-profit. and then and then there's a volunteer network that we call upon also. So
Yeah.
it's a fair. I mean, we only started up a few months ago, so it's a fair size, and we want to. We're really ambitious with what we want to do, right? Like we want to get people out of jail. Like we want to do what we did for Julian. We want to get David McBride out of jail. We want to get other people who have been imprisoned, like Joshua Schulter, who's actually in a maximum security prison in Florence, Colorado, in the United States. He was an ex-CIA employee who was charged for, who was actually allegedly the source for WikiLeaks' Vault 7 release. So even though Julian was released, there are still some people who are alleged sources of WikiLeaks who are still in prison. He's a 36-year-old man, and he's serving a 40-year sentence for allegedly being the source for the Vault 7 leaks. And Vault 7 was the largest CIA leak in history, right? Like, and it came out in 2017, and it exposed how the CIA had tools that could hack into your television, turn it into a listening device, hack into your phone, backdoor your phone, turn your car on and off. That the CIA had these sorts of tools, but I think we sort of take that for granted these days that these tools exist. But what these leaks exposed is that the CIA had actually lost control of them, in that they were out in the wild and available to hackers all over the world. To be used not in supervision, or not underneath the umbrella of the CIA, but by whoever they want. And WikiLeaks exposed that, and it embarrassed the CIA. That was they found that very, very embarrassing. Embarrassing that Mike Pompeo, who was then CIA director, actually declared a fatwa against WikiLeaks and the people who helped them, and that eventually led to Julian being in prison, but it also led to this young man, this 36-year-old man, Joshua Schulter, being taken and put in prison as well, and he's been kept under SAMs, which is Special Administrative Measures, which is a prison regime that is designed to drive you insane. You're cut off from the rest of the world. You're not let out of your cell. Your communication is very, very limited into who you can communicate with. So our organisation, we want to be very bold and say that we want to get these people out of jail, these people who are wrongly imprisoned.
Because they've just told the truth. What about Rainer Filmich? Do you know anything about him?
I have been approached about him, actually. I don't know a whole bunch about his case, but we are looking into that and assessing whether that's something that we should get involved in. But I think I think there's some people in the United States who could probably call that case out. For instance, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or somebody like that should be speaking out for somebody like Rainer Fulmich, and that could make a massive difference, I think, to his case. So if we were to get involved, it probably would be at that level, is like using our political contacts in the United States to call his to bring attention to his case in Germany.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's when you think about it. What did I read the other day? How many people is it up in? It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of journalists in jail across the world. Do you know the exact number? I heard something. I thought, oh, is that right? There's so much stuff out there. You think what's right and what's not right. There's a lot of people across.
There are many, and then I think you just have to look at what's happening in the Middle East to see. It's never been so deadly for journalists, particularly in the conflict in Israel-Palestine. It's over 200 journalists have been killed. Have been killed in that conflict. So it's never been a more dangerous time for journalists. It's deadly. It's very deadly being a journalist in that part of the world. So. There is a lot of work to be done, and we can't do it all. But there are other organisations out there that are very good as well.
And you would link up, that's what you're saying, you'll have a link with those other organisations as well, I guess, and cross over a bit.
Yeah, that's right. And those are the networks that we built up when we were working on Julian's case. With like people like Amnesty International, Committee to Protect Journalists, or like the ACLU in the United States, all these organisations that we sort of formed a group with, who were writing letters to President Biden or the Justice Department when Julian was in jail. It's about activating those networks and bringing them together on cases like David McBride's or Joshua Schulter's.
The McBride one is so intriguing, given that he worked with a government organisation, isn't it? When you think about it, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, and it was under it's a sort of Morrison era prosecution, right? Like it came under Scott Morrison, and you would imagine that this government would want to wash its hands of it and sort of move on. But it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. But I've had some pretty good conversations when we were in Canberra with government parliamentarians who were of that same opinion, that this happened under Scott Morrison, and it was an embarrassment, and there's something should be done about it. So hopefully we can see some movement on his case. He has a special leave to appeal coming up. There are other legal avenues for him as well.
Well, perhaps Scott, I read an article today it's taken them ages to get to the bottom of it, where Scott Morrison, remember when he was sacked as the tourism minister? And they said that he received a couple of $100,000 as a handshake.
Yeah, right.
By the then, and I'm thinking, hang on. He got sacked. He got a big payout, but stayed there. It's funny. It's a funny world how it works, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, funny world.
Yeah, and even I think the McBride leaks prompted the Brereton report, right? And then we found out today that, or found out in the last couple of days that even though Brereton was supposed to be doing a report on all these revelations, that he was actually still a private advisor to these military-industrial complex companies. So it's some of the stuff like it's just bold, like it's out in the open, right? Like the corruption's just all there for everyone to see. They don't really care.
In your face, and it's in your face.
Yeah.
It's not even sneaky. It's not even trying to be sneaky. It's just like, look at me. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
It's frightening. Yeah, it's frightening. Oh, well, thank you. I do hope so. We'll try and get Michael to be able to advertise the day of the evening on the 14th of October.
Yeah.
Try and get it out there to as
many
groups as we
can.
can.
Can you reissue? Hang on, I'm going to hold up my spoon there. Can you reiterate to us what the average person can do to help you if they feel so inclined?
Well, we've got so if you just pop onto our website, so informationrights.org, and then if you go to the Take Action area, we've got a number of actions you can do where, if it's signing a petition or sending a letter, making a donation, just it's really about how much you want to get involved. But I think just take one of the actions on there, whether it's the McBride action, which we've been talking about. What we learned during Julian's fight is that every little thing counts, right? Like every petition signature, every small donation, we make all of those things count for us. And when we go into Parliament, like I was talking about before, we make sure we have all those numbers, how many people care about this, how many petition signers we have. And so we're always using every little action that happens. We get the most out of it. We squeeze all the juice that we can out of these actions. So even just the small things like going onto the website, informationrights.org, and sending that McBride letter can make a difference.
Okay, that's sort of good to know, because often unless we speak to someone like you, people don't know what to do. Well, a lot of people don't know what to do, and they say, "Oh, isn't it terrible that this has happened?" Or "Isn't it terrible? But what can we do?" We now know what to do.
And once you you just have to click join our mailing list, and then we keep you up to date with the actions that are going on. different things that we have, or different events or different protests that, if you have time, or, we have things like Write to Your MP or Meet Your Parliamentarian campaigns, which are really, really effective, like getting people in their groups to go and meet with their representatives. That we found that super effective during Julian's campaign. And so when we set up things like that, people can get involved that way as well. And we give them training, and what the all the points that we need to say, so that when you go in there, you're really prepared and on message. And just supporting people to get involved in your democracy, right? Like it's not enough just to vote once every 4 years. You actually have to go in and knock on the door and hold them to account.
Yeah, and that's
you have to fight for your freedom. It's so true.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a movement, fight for freedom. Yeah, you've got to fight for your freedom. It just doesn't happen. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you so much again, Gabrielle. And we'll get it out there. 14th of October, 6 p.m. at Wheeler House.
The Wheeler Centre, Wheeler Centre in Melbourne.
Where is it? Where is that?
It's at the library. Yeah, it's at the State Library. Yeah.
State Library. Okay.
Yeah, it's just around the side of the State Library. Yeah, it's around the side of the State Library. It's in the city in Melbourne.
Yes.
But if you go onto the website, it'll have all the details and where you can book a ticket. So informationrights.org.
Will you do them in other states? Do you think you'll do them in other states?
This is our first one. Yeah, this is our first one. I think that's our plan, is to keep doing these sorts of events and to get these. I guess it's like getting these experts together, getting people together, so they can put their questions to the experts, and then really make a plan to move forward for freedom of the press in this country and whistleblowers in this country. So, they're really important, these events, and it's really important that people get involved in them as well. So, we're going to keep doing them, and this is the first one, and we plan a lot more.
Oh, great!
I hope you get a response.
Yeah, me too. We've sold quite a few tickets so far, so it's going really well.
Good.
Maybe you'll have to come to the country. Maybe you'll have to come up to the country.
Well, that's what we did for Julian. That's exactly right, Kay. That's what you have to do. You've got to hit the road and, come out and do everything and see people where they are, because that's how you get around the censorship. That's what we found in Julian's campaign.
And you know what? I have an idea. Yeah, and I have an idea. You could get this out. There's so many in Victoria. There's so many common law groups. We need to get this out to all these common law groups, because it's along the same line. You want the truth of everything.
Yes.
And we need to make them aware, because, they're on a different sphere again. I'm going to start thinking. That's dangerous.
Yeah. That's your key strength, Kay, is thinking and then connecting people.
Yeah.
Thinking. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. Oh, well, we'll let you go now, Gabrielle.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming on again.
No, thanks for having me.
I'll spread the word.
Kelly, if you're there, can you take us off air? Because
thank you.
We've done the deal for tonight. Thank you.
Yep.
See you, Kay.
Take care.
No more tripping over.
No more tripping.
Sing for our children, sing for our healing, sing for our freedoms, sing for our seasons. It begins with Australia. Together we